마주는 비다다니 선제 탐지기 된 도저라는 거 양다가 조배 선제 공부를 무지 진행자 토바자 뒤에도 한담이 지어서 무세냐고 굴롱 근저를 번을 봤습니다. sem바슈다. 다시 여기 다 취해다 같은 람림 된다디. 신의 공주들라 다 삽시 좋아도 의심하는 의식이 아니 배처럼 진짜가 당 공부 좀 번이 셔봐서겠다. 좀 디니지 유는 취 대대디 같은 거 사와치 다 드림드림만 공부 좀 번이 셔봐서 되는 맛도스는 쉬어있어.
So at the beginning, set up your intention with the bodhicitta, the thing that I'm studying today for achieving enlightenment for sake of all beings. And then, but the part of the subject of studying is we in Lamrim, and then Lamrim we talk in Serenity, cultivating Serenity. And the cultivating serenity has the preparation and actual. And actual has a two-part, meditative posture and a meditative process itself. So we just finished the meditative posture. Now we're going to start from meditative process itself.
다디 공부를 니시비 subject 마도스는 다디 람림데마 잘로슈바이나 람림 판모체스 우다네 송비스 네방가 봉비 두지 대기고는 신의 주가 송하스 게셰 라소와 네 규비 담관남의 티딩도 년산내시비 또 주당 이제 시 심구 주고가 시징스.
So and let's read it, the meditative process. Broadly speaking, the stage of the path, tradition indicate that you achieve serenity by means of the 8 antidotes, which element the 5 folds listed in Maitreya's separate of the middle of the extreme, Madhyanda Vibhaka. So personal instruction passed down from Geshe explained that in addition to that, you have to achieve serenity through the 6 power, the 4 type of attention, and the 9 mental stage which Asanga Saraka levels explains.
What we should tell, since the Nangyun de Barob de Shua, that in the Lamrim Gita, the Dinalata has no Gungis, but in Shebasta, Gundinta, Shinegum, but the Shebatra, Thomas Negum, the Matun, Mani Gumbijin Badi, and a Shun Karikarigan, Yanchi, Lambigitachi, Onatachi, Kasna, Shinda Suji, Shinda Suji, that in Ocean and Tachi, and Lambing Tachi, Kebatachi, Lambing Tashun, Suntumanguja, Timsu Susuni, and a Shun Karikari said to the Shumati, the Nimatus and Mountain, and that the Mage Gumtu knew the Matricone, and Gumbijin Badi, and Magic to Sine, Shun Shizu, the Yuzan. tinje tone da tinda kapsu pawadi ane tinda de lamri pamo chenang da lamri shungpe chenang la nyeba nga yi nyeba ponga duchi ge tenbi kone shine dhubzu sunga des da na shi da kadam bitine chi ane geshe pena geshe laksur wasana geshe sharawa da kadam bitine chi chi la gyusu dine da geshe sharawa me gyuba tinzo damwa namna ane ti dendo da nyeba nga yi nyeba ponga duchi ge tenbi tendu ane nyesa ne shebi 아니 지가스나 똑다 이제 시다 아니 생구 주고 시에스다 전도도 가스나 신의 주주들하다 지주 장군이다 자진 주주의 흉풍서 공도사비 지주 잡아보고야 공도 지주 잡아보면 흉 아니 지 점주 땡하는 우다당 도디 괜습니다 신의 공주시의 흉미도 니 두고를 다 뒤나네다 우다니 마시에디 예방가이니 보고가 주시 제때 봤어요 마수 아니 도디게네 마수에디 아니 가스나치 셈네 탑구고네 수마 다 딜라르니 디니 마슈는지 예사기 슝바 카트웨시 치네드네 지 가르르스나 아니 또 주고네 디니 지 셈네 구두당 디 셈네 구두바이나 아니 이제시오다 디 게시 샤라위 규바가 나가 디 쪼도도네 무슨 수고레스 남든데 지샤스.
So what meaning that we just read it? It's meditative process. Before it's explained meditative process, it's explain the source of all this the practice, and then so source by the all these Pandit scholar and then great trailblazers composed treatises. These are the source, and then it talks about the source, and also that said here the tradition indicate the stage of the path tradition is indicate the traditionally the Serenity are like cultivating by eight with the eight antidotes, and then five folds. So also here, Geshe Laksova, the ideas, the ideas lineage from Geshe Laksova, one of the Kadamba masters, also explain their six power and five attention with the five attentions. So and then actually this main source are the Maitreya Buddha's texts, because it talks by this the vested lineage, all these vested lineages, and then vested lineages main that comes from Maitreya Buddha. And then Maitreya Buddha has two main texts that talks about serenity. The one is Ornament of Sutra, and another one is here the separation of the middle from the extremes. And then okay, and then the idea that fivefold and then eight antidotes, it comes from the Maitreya texts, separate from the middle, separate of the middle from the extremes, and then the ninth stage of the Serenity, the ideas comes from Maitreya Buddha's Ornament Sutras. So Tamadi Kalsang, right? Yeah, okay. So this is comes from the nine mental stage of the ideas comes from Ornament of Sutras. Yes.
티호드라 양지 가담비다 개바신다 개바다 윤된 자기 마야 주바니 마야 주레르마들라 마부장슈와이나 개바 윤된 자기니 셈니베 탑구 일라 개바 실 뒤바당지 예바 주당 티 예보 규제 개보디니 띵인지 탐지기 탑 임바르스 도대 두마당 도대게 우다당 파바 토메기 사대당 우미 고름 소레 삼대기 탑对吧 탐제의 틈바 송데스 당부 띵인지 초라 내바 탑디다 기베나 띵인지 내바 토바규로 딩상 삼대기 맹아 사바 차바 달라 탑디다기 민상 민원도 띵인지 초다 미데마 당스 탑디다 내바르니 유림보 배장스 띵인지 주바 마송소 시랑이 람린 체데스 디니 슝치문의 띵인지 주줄라 내바르 나바타바니 비tam도 나고서.
So also that the how to cultivating or meditative process ideas comes from another Kadamba master called Scholar Yonten Dag. So Yonten Dag says the method of the nine mental state are included in the four attentions, and the sixfold and the eight applications, which are their antidote, are the method for achieving all concentrations. This is agreed upon in all teaching about the techniques, right? Yes. Techniques for meditative stabilizations include those in most sutras. Maitreya ornament for the Mahayana Sutra and separation of the middle from the extreme. Asanga's text on the level, what's it, just level?
No, it says Asanga's text on the level, so I'm guessing it's like the
Shawagumi. Oh yeah, there's Asanga text on the level. And Kamalashila's 3 stages of meditation. Those who first have the precondition for concentrations will definitely attain concentration if they use these methods to work at it. Nowadays, supposedly profound oral traditions on meditative stabilizations, like even the name of this technique. These texts do not indicate that you will achieve concentration without precondition for concentration and this technique, even if you work at it for a long time. This is state is in his text on the stage of the path. It speaks of reaching pure serenity or certainty about how the classic texts present their way to achieve concentrations.
Geshe Sharawa Geshe Lamrim Gita Semne Guru Tini Top Pudang Ije to Goar Motochi T Patu Bachilayang Tabla Droedi Sega Machuache and Keba Union Dragon Nota T Kasebu Desmishu Midosna Semne Gudi and Ije Shinala Du Ta Ije Shidang Semne Gudi Duedela and Kasnaji Nebanga in Ponga Duchi Gesede or T a T Tabla Dine Kasnaji Neba Tuda T Nibu Duchi Getini things in Tabin Usida Semne Gu Ane Kasna Semne Gudang Iji Shidi Dini Dubedela Nebanga in Ponga Duchi Getin to the chair. Now Kongi Dini Lambum Kadam Dini Kebatini Geshe Lasue Ane Kasa Top True Goni to that D Kebeshi to Daisy that Top True Goni Semne Gudan Dang. 다양한 니방가 있는 봉화 두지 기팀이 군의 승리 조건이 고마티 슈기는 제도되는 송선 개발지들이 되말이스. 어다 디 도르소드나 다 개발 가담비 개발된 송에도 쿵디다 도대 아니 가스나 동안이 있는 도대 두만 남다 쿵두네 돌아 쿵두네. 디네 디마 진단디네 지주 참바 군베티니 슈도대 게다 우다다. 아니 어딘 다 하나씩 파바 통역이 되니 직사된가다. 어딘도더니 하나씩 우미국을 쏠때 또 튜바디다 듀스니 신의 공주 다 간다 지칼라 왔다 미바디 일아치도 미도하지 못도 신의 공주 폐해지리 다 간다 지 셈니베 탑고 다 예방가 있는 봉화 두시 제때 바세디 아니 신의 통만 공연들아 예발도 아니 예방가 디제레니 샤네더니 예방가 고 두시 제때 미줄이 총하고 송한 나신 때문에 우다니 어떤 예방가 있는 봉화 두시 제 때문에 아 디딘도더니 semne gui tu se de tin chingu ne ba nga nyen ponga du ji na ni chingu ni bo tin she shin go me kaptula tin semne gu di tin ma jan ni o tu ne se da ma shu na ni ti ka du ke sa ma ko ka sa na semne tab gu go ne ani ma tu men ti ko ran go mu mu la pa ju de che ne ba nga ni bo ponga du ji de di ani ye mu shi ma le kong gi gom gi ni jo wa dang tu go ne tin ni jo ne lo ni ma ta ji 세당이고는 어떤 데서니 아니 딘니가 가리는 예방가 있는 거 봉화 뒤지 개때미고네 아니 신의 두배당 아니 심내 탑군의 신의 두바디 다 조조지 다 시시 흉 탐지기 투바레샤스 디송도
So and then meaning here what different between the above so Geshe Laksowa and Asanga Savaga levels, and then here Kadama Master Yundan does. Different is which is like the Geshe Laksowa's idea of that the 9 mental state with the just a 6 power is not really clarified with the need like a 4 attentions, and also there's not really clear the sex that says that's 6-fold and 8 applications. So and then therefore Geshe and then Kadama Master and then more clarify on that. The main the points are like the basic ideas are same, but only Geshe Laksowa to like how to attain or cultivating 9 stages one by one with the 6 power. And then Kadama Master Yonedaks explained that attaining this 9 level or 9 mental state are attended to by the not just 6 power, and there's also that 6-fold and 8 applications. So this is the different, and also these all the ideas and the scholar are the source comes from Buddha texts, and there are many Buddha texts, and then more clear on Maitreya Buddha's Ornament Sutra and separation of the middle from the extremes. And then, as here expanded, the separation of the middle from the extremes talks more clear that sixfold and 8 applications. And then Ornament of Sutras talks about that the okay, and the 6 power and the 4 type of attentions. These are talks on ornament, the sutra, and also that Asangas, the 5 cervical levels explain 5 different type of cervical level explains talks this are, and then but the basic ideas are same. We have to collaborate with each other, associate. These 2 ideas actually these 2 ideas talk separately, but we have to put it together when you do practice. Special for beginner, combine, yeah. So special for beginner, the must do practice with the 6-fold and 8 applications. And then 6-fold and 8 applications are more like a precondition or preparations practice. And then the 9 stage of levels are the more associated with the actual practice, but it's supported each other's. Yeah.
아니 신에게 띵에서 집값요 말이에요. 무슨 다 등상 아니 다지 띵에 공작요서 띵에서 공부요서 두조배 아니 탑 배나 셈네 구이 탑 주지 마시는 조고야다. 아니 예방의 인 뽕어 뒤지 두지 마시는 마주위 경기 아니 띵에서 친이 상하지 마지도 아니 소소 가주 띵에서 겁나 지금 이거 통이 두시니 이당체에 지리고 그래서 오늘은 다지 아니 신에게 초에게 투지로 아니 띵 가서는 초 투지다. 아니 초 투지 띵도 되는 탑인데 아니 흉치문이 시도도 되어 이거이나 아니 다 띵이지 되는 마개와 요말에 진짜 뒤 담가게 수도 당하는 랍적이 지고 아니 남들 흉을 숨고야지 다 흉치문을 공중에 되는 거 그런 소리에 띵예버도 딜레지 고고를 했습니다. 막 남과 띵이 담가를 하서
okay. We'll call them now daylight. Okay, so from here, nowadays, supposedly profound oral tradition on meditative stabilizations lack even the name of their techniques. So, and then many of us having complained that I do a lot of practice, but still I not achieve the serenity or shamatha. This is giving us advice because of that we lack of having preconditioned practice as all this six preparation or preconditioned practice, and also that 6-fold and 8 applications. So we are not do all this the precondition and method properly. So otherwise, if we do all this practice properly, and orderly, then they are impossible that not attending serenity or shamatha. So therefore, we are not attending because even we do so long time. Because of that, we have a lack of practice of all this precondition and methods. So this the Lama Tsongkhapa is giving us as advice to say you must do this before you cultivate the serenity.
도시 다 되어들라 tel라 칠 대고 수미 남겨 준비 취수를 남기스 파바 토맥이 사 내가를 개바 때라 파베스 냠년 뜨기 흉이 신을 계수 그냥 흉치도 개바 셰베 중심도 개발 미체 베스 신내당 활동이 때라 앞에 두알레스 예도기 살레스 아 셰고가 순베스 예서 신도 개발 있는 거죠.
Okay, as you receive now our transmission, I'm going to read in English. Next line. So in that regard, since the general way of teaching the stage of the path of the three vehicle in demonstrated at length in the Noble Asangas, 5 texts of the level, and the texts that teach this practice are very extensive. Among these 5, one text give detailed explanations, while the other do not. Asanga's compendium of determinations says that his Sarvaga level should be used to understand serenity and insight. So it is the Sarvaga level that is most extensive.
kum지 지고에는 슝 파파 통맥이 든 배사 땡하기 슝디베 다베 계쇼지 다 슝나네 와시 다신가지 다 파파 통맥이 슝나네 계쇼 통거레스 다 사땡하스니다 파파 통맥이 아니지 된주 사땡하다 돈 남니세요 나시스니 사땡하 사용시 시두와 넘버2와 넘버7 고 넘버10로 두었다 사땡하세 슝디 디 나네장 아니지 가스나 아 슈티 슝디 마 송윤디 아니 슝직나라 카세웨오디 신다지 따도 많이 같이 슝수수수수 레진나니 부시니 디인상다 나바텔라 비투와디나라 시만제니 아니 칼라라 시네달 하동비 슈페 믹세지니 셰고에나 아니 베나사 예산도 다쇼 순수한 나신이 시네달 하동부터디 아니 베 예산나라 베 신도 개부요래 에서다디 중화래서 이전에 다들 가서는 가릴 수가 있으면서 정중을 한번 중화가 친구다 말한줄라다 야치기 람기 주바디기 디니 마슈 주바디 파파 통미기 슝 칼리나 세가 진디는 세가 요래 하도인들이 신에달 하도 값을 보여 주시면서 디디니 주베기 람가디 아니 말하고 예산을 튜니더니 마 좋아이나 아니 카세우 요래 선단 인다 지주 참고용 슝난 송요 때에는 동기 수도 되는 믹스 카세우 매와지 아디 얘는 고뮤스는 주셔와디 파파 통미기 되니 지주 참고용 슝디 这些节基本上定安的定是他推我他推的多数的呢他提考对我是呢他让他把作为三年他把旁边就是他三年中间的就是强调听他把后面跟你定嘛新的进步把这把新的嘛给你的看到兄弟的当我的拍马起步有我的他的成为也是
So the meaning of here is telling the lineages continuum from Buddha to Madhya Buddha and Madhya Buddha to Asanga's continuum. This is the point here saying, because of mentioning this all the source texts are. And then the special, actually the Madhya Buddha also talks about that serenity and insight in his text, but some are very brief, and then special Asanga are more elaborated, right? Elaborated. So Asanga is more elaborated in his the 6 treatises, 5 treatises level. That therefore, Lamsang was saying here, if we need to know about serenity and insight, we need to practice, we must study at the Sarvaga level of from Asanga text. And then the Sarvaga level, the five texts here that Geshe mentioned in Tibetan, but I don't know how to translate in English. Do you have English translation that Asanga's 5 texts on the levels? So, okay. So, but you want me to say, I can say in Tibetan, but I don't know, Sanskrit, either Sanskrit or English translation. But the Asanga, actually, they have the Bodhisattva Bhumis and Sarvaga Bhumis, their texts, and also their Sarvaga Bhumi, also like it's called the 5 texts of level, and then 2, what called combination, combining compendiums. Yeah. So there's we must study this. You need to know. So this is the point here. Talks about all these lineages, continuum. Continuum from Buddha to up to here, up to like a Lama Sokhapas.
What do you know? That hold the other that you. 아니 야 지금 개발 소수시도 마수에다 맞고 저주주와 지주 참배경 또대 개당 우타르치 아니 셈니비 탑구당 봉비 뒤치 개송라스 아니 대능기 제수 장니 로베 승기 성보당 까말라 실라당 셴디발라 소비 자기 개발는 게 띵엔징기 주비지 뭐 망도 제데스 하고당 틸리 이기 소라 미비스 미바 미라와 마도 띵에지 지 코는 나기 흉치무 대단히 셰바당 나네 셰바니 신도 튀나스 셰바도 띵에지 예방하라 예방하라 소비 교남 되는 지들 세수 넘니 도대 총남 신도 개발하는 거.
Okay, so the next next paragraph, or like now next. So also the Venerable Maitreya discusses the method of the 9 mental state and the 8 antidotes in his ornament for the Mahayana Sutra, and separation of the middle from the extremes. Following them, such learned Indian master as Haribhatra Kamalashilas and Ratnakara Shanti wrote much about the process of achieving concentrations. On the general sense of concentration, the tantras are very consistent with the explanation in these classic texts, except that they use different object of meditation, such as divine bodies, drop, and syllables. Syllables. In particular, texts in the sutra class provide very extensive discussion of problems such as 5 folds of concentration and way of clearing them away.
가슴 코로나 코디 우도시네 다디 나라 증례시는지 이다 저와요 지바 쉬나 아니 진다디 아니 지주 참바고비 되니 마 규비 되니 또 디게당 우달리 마 규비 되니 되니 마 도시니다 바바 도메 되니 마다 지 슈마 규비 디 호라 되니 지 우마비 케바 아니 베스니 성보다 까말라시라다 그 신데도 하나 저기죠 아니 지 바바 도메 되니 가슴나지 녀사당다 사땡하기 슈라 되니 남규신 받으면서 틴다다 튀어내더니 마지 송용이지 다 가르쳤으나 다 된다디 자치를 남규신 받이야 콩두서디 파바 통면의 균이 아니 지수 참바고 말 콩두에 아니 삼일 남규신 받이더니 공부를 좀 균이 되니 지수 잡이야 콩두에 다 근데 도르스는 때문에 다 콩두에디 다 뒤치는데 지단 남규 사대가 슝디 아니 갈라왔으나 가슴은 심좀 대준나라 사대가 당 동남니스니다 심좀 대준나 되고데 이나야 오마비 개발이 되는 제수 장에데 다 진짜 디나라 같이 세우 있으면 자치를 남기진 바 티제 받는 자치를 내내 남기진 바들은 미팅 요 말해스 이나야 아니 자치를 남기 이거 가르치서 기더니 따와들 미팅 가지고 해서 이전에 진짜 또 동거다 나라야 다는시 미가 하고다 티그에 이기라서 봐 미가와 등가게 값을 드리지 거래 도의 값이야 삼질 하유 구당 티들다 이기라서 봐 미네 코미디 요 말때 이나야 띵엔진 코드 지바레 송한 낭신진이 아니 우마바다 심점비 슝디야 니 우마비 개박이 심점비 슝비 신더니 라 동네마 송에디가스나 다 심점비 슝이 시교기 자치를 남기신 바디 우마비 자치를 남기고 집어지냐래 해서 다 가림이라고 차와래서 우선이 아니 따와 자치를 남기린 거기 강라 믹서기 아니 따와들은 뒤바 이게 아니 수수 제와라면 또 지기 자치를 남기진 바도 다 심점에 야신다 티제바 강가 애기나기 슝바도 아니 집어 지장이 바디다 디당마디 남기 다 남들 쪼지 아니 가세우 슈주도 되어도 소디
in general that the paragraph we don't have to explain, it's very clear, but just briefly here all this West deeds practice is This comes from Metteyya Buddha to Asanga, and Asanga to all these Madhyamikas. The scholar also continues doing practice. And then the profound it's Manjushri to Nagarjuna, and then continues the scholar, continues doing this practice. And then even two lineages are different, but the part of the Western practice are very similarly, because here it's clearly saying even the Kamalashila and Chandipa are like Haribhatra, Kamalashila, Chandipas are actually the Mahayana, Madhyamika, practitioner, or Madhyamika that belongs to Madhyamika 10th school. And then the Sarvagabhumi, the 5 texts of Asanga and other Metteyya Buddha texts, and then these 2 compendiums are, in general, they are talks about the Chidamatra, mind-only school tenets systems. But even this is that belongs to mind-only school tenet school. The part of the West is also they're followed by the Haribhatra, Kamalashila, and Chandipas. So the difference is there are no difference between like a Western practice. Another way to say their method and wisdom, their method practice, or another way to say Western and profounded. The Western practice are very common for all these different tenet schools practitioner. I mean, like common, it's common, it's common of all these different tenet school system. Therefore, they all follows to Metteyya to Asanga texts as following the Western practice. The difference is when you engage the Western practice, then with the observation object, the view of observation object are the difference between Madhyamika tenet school and the Chidamatra tenet school. Only the viewpoints are different, or observation object viewpoints are different. Otherwise, the Western practice are exactly the same. Oh yeah, as also here said, Tantra, only the difference is the observation objects. As like I said, divine bodies, drop and syllables are same way they are Madhyamika and Chidamatra. The difference is observation objects of viewpoint. So otherwise the practice are same. So, and then continues to next. However, those who know how to practice on the basis of these classic texts alone are as rare as stars in the daytime. Stars in the daytime and those who impose on the text the stand of their defective understanding drive only superficial comprehension and maintain that the instructions that reveal of consential, right? Oh, sorry, quintessential meaning lie elsewhere. When the time comes for them to put into practice the process of achieving concentration, which their texts explain, they do not even research how to do it.
공라 다 슝 망고주 쿵도니다 지주 참는 도대기 우다다 우다다 되는 막 바보 통역이 쌓되는 녀석다 되는 맞네 남배 규비다 수수기 냠내 지당 아니 국민 바다 수 쿵도네 좀 숭행 주가가 아니 슝침이 마 숭숭의 임바디 아니 네 지가다 그러다 수수로 마숑아 친구와 다 수수수 담가 중중중주제 지기 라마레레기我们讲到중중중주제 등산이나 되는 거 다 가서 라마게 담가 중중중주 중침으로 좀 제대 봐샤 라메 답대 어디를 대는 코로나랑 검점이 심바치기 어 대조기 qabla 중침을 시조디 아니 수수로 마숑 되더니 다 중침을 시조디 시조주부레스 아니 냠내 중디 되게 로스요 그랬으니 다 수수로 로이경이 치마 다 수수로 셈나라 아니 가스나지 갈라왔다 슝침문이 막 14부 슝의 시와게 슝침이다 따로 지역이 답에 삼모 야침부 땅에게 소수비다 뭐 마당와디 소수비 교회 마송하시 다 슝침문이 송하디 아니 디 가스나 시바 마 시액치도레스 마 아니 고자치 봤습니다 시주담레스 냠는 제라 디레 로수지 요래 했습니다 아니 배수도 디스 지와디 다 딘데기 되는 게 있습니다 슝다 튀니베 냠네 체된지 제대다 등상이 튀나다 공부를 했다 인지 전에다 전화 가르송을 쓰면 다 슝치문의 강수와 다른 냠랭 슝만 빠고는 것도지 냠랭 슝스니베 안라메 디미치니지도 시에 디니베 그거지 요 말했어 가서 슝치문을 자주 다른 실천에는 정말 동갑의 친구들이 공라다 디니야 전에 슝치문다 이것도 공제다 좀 장애디 슝치문이 지침을 쉬우시네 어디 수가 진낭신진이다 말한도다지 인다베나 나지 가르스니다 남기들이 송소요래 아니 슝치문이 아니 자주낭신시 디낭의 세교가 되는 제 남라바스다 양도 따와숨디 뉴스센터 따와디 누구 나지지 아니 디낭라 되는 랭가 조역이 되는 추승다우디 아니 가스나 남병 비슈라 공도 다 뒤에 되는 대변신 조승 당연다우디 아니 라마 기비신이 다 도르수도나 라마 기비신이 아니 가르다 숭라 때네 숭당라 때네 람빙기 슝낭라 아니 가 슝치문의 시비 때네 람기시 받도 아니 또 진짜 냠내 지고 되는 거라서 맞지 아니 슝치문 슝가와 도스니 파 유샤네 때네 퉁퉁퉁퉁의 신 등산이네 되게 아니 최로가 빼지 되고 어떤 진짜 제와이나 다 가서나지 네바치고 싶고 추봉이 네바치고 싶지 가서나 슝치문의 시교디 시교라레스 다 시주당 장제의 송이와 직바이와 하시라 시주당 부주스니 소소샤이디 되는 변마스 다 추봉을 라나메 바이 다 인자 추봉을 사와디 변이가 참치고 싶으신 거지 아니 되라분나 다 공도다 나지 고고 그러나 여기 아니 대용을 해서 디제랑의 슈기인 상태가 되고
Okay, I think this the paragraph is very important, giving very important instruction and advice for us, because the all this before talks, all this practice, Lama Tsongkhapa's research, all the like many different the scholar texts and many different different schools texts. As much as then also some as like as like here Lama Tsongkhapa's that these teachings are rely on the Mathya Buddha's the 5 texts, and then as like Sanghas the 5 Savakabumi's texts, and then Kamala Shila's the 3 meditation stage. All these are the quoting by all these texts to proving that this is like the practice are properly and accurate. So, but some are thinking it's like because they cannot willing to do this all researches and study all these different texts. So therefore they blaming as saying that pro practitioner no need all these studies, that studies many different texts and then many different treatises or philosophies. We no need it just rely on small and simple the oral instructions. So therefore, the many of them, and just instead of relying on this value, all this value text, just rely on simple and simple oral instruction and thinking. This is very important parts. And then saying this all the like a text, the philosophy texts are just for teach what called teachingly, explanatory teachings. So all this they consider all these classic texts are only the explanatory teaching. It's not for their own practice. They think they are the log of the point of the practice. So therefore, they are separating between like the personal instruction and then the classic text talking. The classic texts are thinking more, considered more only explanatory teaching, and then personal instructions are actual practice. Therefore, always think that the teaching of like a practicing and the teaching of explanatory are separating. They think it's separating. So, but in general, whatever all the personal instructions, whoever give the personal instruction, there must be depend and rely on all these classic texts and philosophy. There are no difference between what you do to practice and what you do to study. What you have to study, that you have to practice. So what you are doing practice, that you have to study it. So there are no separate between study text and then practice text. The practice instruction and the textbook are not separate. They should be same. And then, but they are saying it's separate, and they are kind of like the blaming who are extensively studying all these texts and philosophies and saying this is not necessary, and then as they are blaming that all these the philosophy texts are not important, only the oral personal instructions are important, then they could be created very huge karmic obscuration of the abandoning teachings. And then also that the above the Lamrim first volume talks on that, so therefore I'm going to explain a little bit on that.
아니 가스나 남비 치모 고어들 하는지 남비 치모 치와시 와 수로 담데 되게 때마다 이제 가면 또 받아 수로 막이 담바쳐 봐도 이제는 야외 공부 대란이 받아 이제 지금 양선 이제 수능신다 치와시 수능 나온다 은 수로 진이 담지 담가 치와시 제 가수 아 수수비 냠리 강원 제디 흉치모도 퉁으면은 도로거를 쓰는 배 타주니 수가 되는 된데서 내가 지점 장장 가당 공제 치문은 별라니 바 때는 미미바 대당 미팅비 남편아니 돌아쳐가 코나고 순다 좀 모르면 정말 지금 아니 배 냠랭이 지바 강유바디 아니 신다 친구 흉당 뒤져다 개바 최두기 흉당 미팅비 흉친보다 미팅비 아니 진지지 다 그거에나 아니 딜 남긴 냠랭이 다 소소마 아니 지 톱점마 토베 메킹이 뒷얘기 있다고 냠내지 차대로 딜라디 돌아쳐고 스페나 가시아스는 아주 아니 지 칼라우스 잘라지 benye고이나 뒤돌서 다가랑 나더니 배제고 하면도 신다지라 아니 대지 잘라 샤사디라 맞제와지는 신다지라 제와지는 니에고를 용어라서 디난지신이 아니 흉침이 아니 공부다 튠비 되는 냠년 많이 지겠더니 돈이 되는 수술 지르는 수술 밑에 출라지 했습니다. 남님한테 무슨 송샤스 진짜인서
당연히 I forget one the earlier explanation, and also Geshe said we must rely on all this classic texts, and as usually says that all this like all these classic textbooks are like oceans, and then and then the meaning of the textbooks, the meaning of all this subject and meaning of the text are as like a jewel, and then Lamrim is as the ship that which you can carry to get the jewel from oceans, and then what called captain, shipper, right? Captain. Yeah, the captain is the gurus and teachers. So that's usually said it. Therefore, as you want to take this all the practice, then you must goes on the ocean. That's like means like you're studying all these classic texts, and then you have to rely on teachers. This is usually in general said it. And then Geshe continues saying here. So in full gladness, we talked in the full gladness about on first volume, the gladness of teaching are free of contradictions. The gladness of the scriptures are instructions for practice. The gladness of the honor easily found the concurrent intent, and then gladness of what called once the reference automatically from the great wrongdoings. So in the third one, the greatness of enabling on easily to found the concurrence text, as mentioned in this part. Also, Lama Tsongkhapa mentioned how important that we must how important that to rely on value and the classic text. For example, he read this, says in the text, I think it's page 50, right? The page 50. It says in here, therefore, something to be pure personal instruction, it must bestow certain knowledge of the classic text, no matter how well you learn it. The personal instruction is only something to be case as aside if it is cannot bestow certain knowledge of the meaning of the Buddha's words and the great commentaries on their intents, or if it is teaches a path incompatible with this. So, and then it says, mainly saying, once you do practice, they're relying on the classic texts and then personal instructions, and then you must rely on a classic textbook. Even the personal instruction is not associated with all these Buddhas and then Pandits are Pandits book or get the values textbook, then you should abandon that, even that personal instructions. But the personal instructions are associated with all these textbook, the Buddhas and Pandits book, then you can engage it. That's the second here.
다 흉침을 다 지금 띵이 저기 남고 좀 봐도 다 흉침을 공부하다 튀네 아니 조고에 되다 내가 인상 다 흉침을 뒤에 송교 뒤에 다기 공도 송하는 시신이 다 다기 남미하게 올라 송하는 시신이 아니 배 시주제 냠년디 수도 요래 선생바디 최봉 인바디 배 칼세고 싶을 정도로 못 정하도 지금 아니 대단 난게 되면 돼 같이 고자 쥐바고 시 니비 니수 진바니 최봉 내 뒤바 소바 셰바 차고 무슨 타중 소샤스 그래서니 다 섬로 가르당 그래서 다 흉침을 공부하지 소소비 치마시마시디 다 딩마랑기 다 로자 충원기 좀도 흉침을 공부하던 거지 양타바 진바래 섬요고 딘제지 진 아니 지 흉침을 들라 몸에 강 툭툭 지에게 섬로지 땅와이나 아니 디 몸에 시에는 다 정하는 대회죠 마시는 한테는 자 치수 딘제기다 중침으로 장바 지역이 고급 용어이기다 바자셔 상부샤를 했으니 아니 정말 뭐 정말 비지 되었으니 대양 랑이 로시바 소비 균생기 담비 초도 흉 대담나 때문에 예발 뉴베 담비 맹아라 때문에 내 대달라 예바 자와 차우 님도 맹아 최고가 인기 있어 어둡습니다 돈도 때문에 다 간다라 지금 맹아 최주당 맞지 내더니 내 가서는 제마토가 있는 데니 뒤 흉침을 공부하더니 시주를 신치선 다 딘데 추봉에 사와디 내가 친구를 했습니다. 어디서 수샤스 티 콩들라다 주봉을 내가 좀 콩들라든지 정말 뭐 정보가 지고 있더니 배 도유 콩을 뚱네 도유 콩 그냥 잠별 담비 최봉을 얘기 집어 차오 잠별 강다 디신시가 수위 깔라라니 상과 뒤실라 라라니 예바 뒤시비 최봉하고 강 최봉과 대 최방의 디신시바라 꾸와대 봐 있다 최봉의 내시바 디신시바 꾸와대 봐 아 가스나 말한 좀 마크가 시와 집어 지장 아니 긴둘라 아니 년도 줘봐 해요 다 긴둘라더니 아니 지가 수수다 그러나 점점 더 발려도 구조수나다 지 가서 그거 치고에 그보다 딜랍자다 개도거리 보다 괜히 견딜라야 되는 년도 줘봐 해요 디니르기부 디니 미바오 시에스니 최봉하고 수다 죽습니다 도르수드나 다 산지기 수다 가고다 팀만 받다 제가 디진 당시 시다치 슝에서 또 강가 냠내기 다시 슝 코나라 받지가 샤워했어 팀마이베는 디 셰저레 디 직상와레 디 네버스 예와 체와이나 아니 최봉을 사게되었어 또 도유 독수 콩단에 수샤스
Also, Lama Tsongkhapa very clarify on that having the karmic obsession of abandoning teaching. If you are making difference between like a classic textbooks and oral like a personal instructions, saying personal instructions are the most important for practice. The classic textbooks are just considered as explanatory teachings, not just for practice. If you make that, then it's you are creating abandoning the abandoning dharma. That's the stated because Lama Tsongkhapa said that way. Know also that you accumulate the karmic obscursion of abandoning the teaching when you see those classic texts as object of contempt and say they are merely for promoting one's superficial knowledge and eliminating others' misconceptions. They do not teach the deep meaning. So this is the part of abandoning Dharma. So therefore, Lama Tsongkhapa said never. This is as they are abandoning the creating the karmic of abandoning Dharma. So therefore, you must avoid to do this, and then also you must rely on all these great treatises and value treatises, and when you if you do want to like a serious practice, and also continue saying the to like abandon how that karmic obscurations are how heavier it is to abandoning of karmic obscurations are. So also talks in its first volume, recorded by the what called okay. There's also the sutra gathering all the truth. Says here, then they different the word of the Buddha into good and bad, reasonable and unreasonable, and the great and small vehicles. Finally, they hold that some teachings are to be cast aside, saying a bodhisattva should train in this and shouldn't train in that. Thus, they're abandoning the teaching. And then Sutra, gathering all the treatises, says, Manjushri, the karmic obscurations of abandoning the excellent teaching in subtle. Jambe, correct. Yishibir sung lalani samar dishirwe. Oh, okay. They say the karmic obscuration of abandoning excellent teaching is subtle. Manjushri, whoever distinguishes same of the words spoken by the Dhargey are good and some as bad, the abandoning teaching. Okay, should be some, right? Okay, so Yeah, I'm missing something here. Whoever distinguishes some of the words spoken by Tathagata as a good and some as a bad, abandoning the teaching. One who abandoned the teaching by having abandoned it, deprecate the Tathagatas and speak badly of the community. If you say this is reasonable and this is unreasonable, you abandoning the teaching. If you say this was set forth for the sake of Bodhisattvas, this was set forth for the sake of Sarvarga, you abandoning the teaching. If you say this was set for the sake of particular Buddha, you abandoning the teaching. If you say this is not training of Bodhisattvas, you're abandoning the teachings. Yeah. People the loss.
추봉기다 지 칼라우스는 레디다 사당디 오두스니다 지 산지기 수 가시 야가다 가시다 팀지기다 내주시니 다만다 도르스는 산지기 수비 탐비 취해봐 지발라 아니 소소 지 투사를 삼바들아 야가다 소소 마투비 중심을 간내도는 파장도 또 뒤지 치거든 추봉리에서 다 말한도라 용녀 채워요 다 최진 추봉리데 아니 가서 최케 말을 이티 아랑 최다 진 따발이 주도 아니 가베 상에 따에 내라고 요겐들아 배야가 두사마지 아니 갈래 가서 되는 배 작품 두사마지 딘데기 전화를 해야지 말한도 내가 여기서 잼거랬어 다 최봉을 했어 아니 가리용을 했어 그러면 다 띵에서 저거 돈으로 운장이 저거를 뭐 정가 지금 됐지 최봉디 내바시도 지와인 바디 가서 띵에서 저거 나왔더니 돈이나 할 수 있으면 관계 전부 링딩이 최대 담지 시체배 관계 도대 봉체배 디바디니 체제파 관계 지만이 자중 세바 규가죠 규가 왜 관계 도대 봉체바 디바디니 체제파 독진이 다 간다 빼잖아 그냥 미 강식이 되는지 가서는 오늘 지 가서는 최대 전부를 최대 파 시가 제가 디바침으로 왔어 대내장들이 추봉기 내 대외적 디바침으로 됐다 니바침부 휴지를 사서 왔어 다나시 아니 미 강식이 되는 전부를 기다 강구는 지만이기 때문에 자주 뭐 동도 치다 세는 네바침으로 왔어 대외장은 추봉기들이 대외적 삽치가 됐습니다 추봉기 내집에 쉬우지당 하나도 개와 야 공부도 교회라 답에 추봉기 내 살아 마장와 세들라 당하나도 아니 배 말씀은 개와 쳐바지 개마투에게 개수고 유전에 당하나도 근데 내디 쉬에도 저는 다시 신앙랑고 말 가서 당하나도 개와 주베기 지고래 이내 사회의 디바 사와이나 내가 친구래서 개인상 디야 두신데 정말로 뭐 동과 집에는 디베 쉬우지 람림 고 그런 거 쉬우지 내가 친구신 속에서 다 된다면 주시다 저와서 내 주부를 내기 아니 용해디 아니 그 자기 흉친부터 저번에 아 흉친이 흉디더니 빵과 처음 많이 된 거를 속에디 빵은 교 가르쳐 있으니 공도 수용 상황에서 네가 줘야 말이죠 공도 수용 사교들이 막 되네 저랑도 재수 주도 수가 있어
So then, as we know that, we must careful to not creating the karmic obscuration of abandoning Dharma, as saying that some Buddha teachings are good, some Buddha teachings are bad. But especially, it's very dangerous and possibility to having with who are accepting Dharma, who are practicing Dharma. So non-believer could be have a less could be have a less or not possible to having this karmic obscuration. Therefore, we must careful. So sometimes we say, which you like the teachings, you're saying it's good teaching, which you don't like, you're saying it's a bad teaching. Or sometimes, which is you found the difficult teaching, then you're saying it's bad teaching, and somehow you found it easier for you, then you think it's a good teaching. These all are actually creating the karmic obscuration of abandoning the Dharma. And then how, like this karma is how heavier it is. So that also we should know. And so, and then continues in the text, the same pages, same page it says in Lamrim, they say, the fault of having abandoning the teaching is very grave. The King of Concentration Sutra says, the wrongdoing of one who abandoning the collection of sutra is far greater than that of one who causes the destruction of all of the stupas. Here in Jambudeva, the wrongdoings, here in the Jambudeva, sorry, the wrongdoing of one who abandoning the collection of sutras is far greater than that who one kills the arhat equal in number the son of the Ganges. So in general, you can think distractions, is it called destruction or destroy? Okay, the cause, who caused the destroy the all stupa in Jambudeva, what's it?
Destruction.
It's destruction? Okay. That caused the destruction of the all stupa in Jambudeva here in this earth. Is you can imagine that in this earth, how many stupa in this earth? And then one person who destroyed this all stupa, which is in this earth, how much they created negative karma. But the one time abandoning the karmic wrongdoing of abandoning dharma is greater than this, then you can think you can imagine how heavy it is. And also same say here, the wrongdoing of one who abandoned the collections of sutra and greater than that one who kill arhat. It's not just one or two arhat, saying number of arhat is sent as like a Ganges, it's a countless arhat. If you kill the countless arhat, and even killing one arhat is the karmic is like a immediate what called? Yeah, immediate retributions, and then killing the equal number of sands of Ganges, like it means countless arhat, how much you created negative karma. But abandoning dharma is more greater than that karma which you kill the countless arhat. So that way you can imagine how it's heavier. So therefore, we must know that, but I'm not trying to scare to you this to saying it. So as we are practicing and as we are trying to collect the virtue, so therefore we are talking here how to do better way and how to do properly to practice. So, and also Lama Tsongkhapa mentioned in just here in the textbook, the Serenity, it says sorry, let me find okay, so it's in like an end of the page 32, and then we'll continues to page 33. So, however, those who know how to do practice on the basis of this classic text, alone as a ray, as a star in the daytime, and also continues says there. Yeah, on the text, the stain of their defective understanding deeply only this superficial comprehensions and maintain that instruction that reveal of consensual meaning or like, yeah. So yeah, therefore Lama Tsongkhapa also mentioned here these things, and that, but Lama Tsongkhapa already explained in his first param with very detail. Therefore, I just remind you with this line. Therefore, I told this.
production 다 된다 주동들아 subject 된다 되게 주동들아 당화되니 의식이 냠년 탐지 중심을 남는 중앙 코너나 직수 제배스 그냥 띵인지 주주 남 중체와 남의 랑의 셔바 차고 다 주동 대자연들 가서는 다 들으셨어요.
So, okay, now the conclusions is here. Say the personal instructions of these treatises stress only the practice from the beginning to the end, which are read from the classic text. Therefore, herein, right? Herein is there. Therefore, herein I will explain the method used to achieve concentration drawing on the classic text.
어디 진짜 주동 가수라다 디 다가서나지 흉침모단 튀네 되는 디 가서나지 막에 냠내기 좀 받더기 당와티 아니 람빈 고슈 강가라티 시자신 두고서 갑들다 공비 좀 봐. 올라 제시 잡으면돼요. 아니 흉침모니 수가 나신신 제시 준비 있습니다. 독신 중화를 했습니다. 전에다 디 남들다다 띵에서 고메기다 아니 방가 이거 공어도 지제세다 띵에서 타스네 고센도 디 올라 퇴용장 다기 롭스로 모두 디 제레니 모두 쉬메스 그래서 다 다른 나디 공부심이 삽제도 소위 조성을 완성 이제는 다 치와요나 디 통이 모두 디 점생이 있어.
And the concluding here, Lamsongaba by the talking about the Rilawan text, not just here, all this Lamrim, the subject of practice, or what Lamrim taught, the practice are they based on rely on all these classic texts, and then not just one or two, from Buddha to all these vested lineages and profound lineages texts are very important here, and therefore, Lamsongaba said is we must whatever you do practice, we must rely on the classic textbooks. So, and then also briefly mentioned about that sixfold and like 8 applications, and then for power, and these are actually comes in a letter, so we will explain that, and then we're going to stop here, and then if you have a question, we'll take it.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I'm wondering if you can say something about abandoning the Dharma. We're also taught to question it, or not. Maybe you might have some doubt. So, is there a difference between maybe having some doubt that's different? Does that have the same kind of karma as abandoning the Dharma?
Okay. So, 먼저 that 추봉을来줘라. 먼저 추봉을 내 인도양 그래 수수기 롭준 집에 가서 수세물 지원해야 당 동지체야 당 조직 독과사야 당 저니 추봉을 내 주문했어.
그래서 태좀 깨어디 야가 이거 디나는 수도 태좀 지구에 깨고 말했어. 다지 콜라 아니 그 지 야가를 지 도와서 람성 초선신인데 아니 그 뭐시비 차지라 칼리에 나서 태좀지에 깨고 말했어. 태좀 맞게어디 주고 잡았어. 깨나 야가래서 그래서 디니 셰드를 올라시는 치수 남신의 시에게 된 감가지고 지구에서 근데 저번에 좀 다가 장수도 왔어. 태좀 점에 미겨 나오었어.
So the questionings are not considered as abandoning Dharma. So Lama Tsongkhapa mentioned here in his textbook here, say even someone are not having doubt, so on this all these instructions, then having doubt is good. It's a beginning of good study and understanding better. And then the cautioning as you are learning, and then cautioning as you are trying to clearing your doubt, then never consider as abandoning Dharma. So abandoning Dharma is considered more you saying bad or good with all this like angry and attachment. with some kind of negative emotion, with some kind of negative intention, then it's considered as the abandoning Dharma. But in general, you can say that Theravada practice are lower and Mahayana practice are higher. So you can say that Tantra practice are more higher than Sutra practice. You can say that as it is. But as you are more attaching on Mahayana practice, then kind of like a blaming to Theravada practice, saying, oh, this practice are lower and not really good. Because look at your intention and motivations much associated with attachment and angriest, therefore it's considered as abandoning Dharma. But still you can say bad and good, higher and lower, with the process of learning or with the doubt, try to clear the doubt and try to understand better. That's no problem.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Geshe, I have a question. You were explaining the different views a little while ago about the Chittamatra and the Madhyamaka. I can't say it right.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you said something about the lineages in there, and I just want to be clear. The lineages and the tenon schools are two different things, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not that a lineage is affiliated with any particular school.
No. So
Right.
let me clarify
Okay.
that. Okay. So let me clarify what is Geshe said it. Even there are two different schools, but the part of Vedic practice, they're all practicing that in the same lineage, which is like it comes through by Maitreya Buddhas and Asanga.
Mm-hmm.
So they
I
are
see.
part of the Vedic practice. So they're doing the same, even they're two different schools.
I see. Thank you.
Laura,
Hello?
on July, it's Gloria. On July 10th, we're starting a teaching on the lineages. If that's
Thank you, Gloria.
You're welcome.
But this lineage is different, and we should know.
Right.
July
Okay.
10th, we're talking the lineages of Tibetan, Buddhism, the different lineages, not talking about the vested and profound deed.
Okay, thank you.
Right. It was a little confusing, so I just wanted to clarify it. And thank you, Geshe, and thank you, Gloria.
Yep, that helps. Thank you.
Hi, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I've been reading Khyentse Rinpoche's The Easy Path, the translation of the first Panchen Lama. And he was talking, I know we're going back to another lesson here, but he was talking about the refuge field. And he was saying to visualize Shakyamuni Buddha plus Maitreya and Manjushri on either side. I wasn't hearing that when Geshe was talking about visualization of the refuge field in our last lesson. Can you clarify if that's necessary?
Shantideva.
She's talking about the easy path.
I know. Shantideva.
She's talking about visualizing the instructions in the easy path. She's talking about visualizing Shakyamuni Buddha and the refuge field, and then flanked by Manjushri and Maitreya. She said in the last class she didn't hear.
Okay. So you didn't hear today or like a few classes? You never heard it?
Last class, sir.
Last class. Last class, last class we're not talking that.
Oh no, the class, two classes before on the refuge merit field.
I think,
Not last class,
I think
class
he
before.
explained it, but make sure that I will ask him question. Zinani sumji kong li ya ani chidang da gengi da yanam cheba shwa. Yanam cheba di deji loso jwi yanam cheba di na ya. Ani nganzu kyam de yu kom yong du an de ma shaje to ko yu la sha. Ene ya la ya jaw shamba to ya la ya cham ya chim du shi kasa 잠배 양신 두신 겸주율 두 송샤스 빅 기sla기 가지 지식에 비디 송마소 스피드한데 비디 식세부 소치스
아니 가지 점주수에 답세 저게 근데 조이출이 나나 뒤가서 내려와 아니 점주수에 답에 다 하나 했어요. 가서 점주수에 답에 잡대 뭐 보더니 선지 구조 점주의 취 점주에 따로 견주 또 뒤 아니 이게 소신 신을 끌어야 돼. 아니 뒤 나나 다지 점주수에 답에 당 람림이 소신 수에 답에 대해서 밀어도지 이게 지금 좀 선지 중인데 위당 아니 얘가 되니 가슴을 잠바당 위에서 좀 잠이야다 아니 이거는 수수 사회를 맞세 때문에 뒤에 지고 레스트 저런데 하나를 지고 가슴 선제 위조치 아니 기두고 저들아 잠잠이야 또 집에 된 긴도 고르지 아마 기위신 아니 뒤에 당 아니 최고조 대답이 수비 최저 수수 차가 유화지 어디 잡을 세 때문에 지고 레스 가슴 주주슈스
쉐디 가진 겸주율은 되위수 좀 맞지 예 점점에 수송을
가슴
겸주율이 거지
뒤가서 꾸준히 시샤신 쉬마
네
다진다 소신세도 되더니 일을 좀 같이
Okay, Gisela thought he's explained, but however, you can do that when you visualize the merit, the refuge field or refuge object, right? But the last time, Gisela, remember that last time he talks based on three jewel, the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, say the Buddha Shakyamuni is there, and then also in front of Buddha Shakyamuni there you can visualize one of the textbooks, the Sungha, the Mashayi to Baji Dunya, the big Sungji of Bachi, and the Pindikunja Kaso. Kazi Sura, the Kamlu Sungji. So then he remembered that put in the textbook in front, and then the part of the Sangha member is like a right method and Manjushri, and then surrounding by 5 lamas. So that's the Geshe remember to say it. But what I'm thinking is like maybe you are like having confused between the refuge object and merit field of Lamrim, right? I remember that Geshe very clearly said that merit field of Lamrim either you can do just Buddha Shakyamuni or at least 5 lama or more surrounding by Buddha and Bodhisattva and all these deities. And then the whatever, when you visualize the refuge object, you can do same like Buddha Shakyamuni in the center and then his right and left as Madhya Buddha and Manjushri.
Okay, so and then my last question, should you also, when you're thinking about the merit field, I understand from, again, just sort of reviewing the Easy Path, because it went over some of the details of Volume 1 that I just wanted to sort of refine for myself. And it said that in front of the masters in the merit field, that the text, the Dharma texts are in front of the masters, and they're symbolized as rays of light. Is that also necessary to your visualization of the merit field?
And then when social community, that grounds of soon they get the triple taking numbers of Munde or Yoga Pom like the and a never to go over Chilebes.
무슨 성가지고 걸어서 디지털 최고조 지도 수준이 최고조 무슨 투세조로 하다 디지털 이거는 조조그런 데 수요레스 조조주나라 아니 수준이 된도들이 지금 지지 시험을 걸어 수준이 되는데 수준이 뭐라지 지금 남도 비유돼 봐라 넘바데니 보디 넘바시 되는 공부를 조조그런 데
저는 내가 공회심 못해라. Okay, so Geshe said it's necessary.
It's not necessary?
It is necessary.
Okay, thank you.
Geshe, I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
The 6 Sravaka methods
Mm-hmm.
to understand, to get to the 9 stages. So it's listening, contemplation, mindfulness, vigilance, effort, and practice. Are you saying that if we just followed those instructions, we don't have to read those 5 texts?
No. What's that? You're totally different. What Geshe said, yeah, we must do all these instructions, especially for beginner, have to do like a 6-fold, like a 5-fold and 8 applications. But based on that, we all need to do this all the method and instruction are. If you're missing the precondition and the method and methods are, then you will not achieve Serenity. That Geshe said it, right? That means, yes, you have to do all this practice, and then doing this practice, you must understand through by all these classic texts, not just simply oral translation or oral instructions. It means
Okay, so no shortcut.
you study all these textbooks, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So will we be covering the 8-fold and the 8 applications and the 6 powers, or should we prepare for class by reading them outside of class?
What she said?
She's talking about like instruction. She's asking, I don't know, what class do you need prepared for, this class or the next class on?
Did I miss a class on, we didn't go over the 8 applications or the 4 attentions or the 6 powers, right?
It comes later.
Okay.
Lamrim talks on that.
Okay, so we don't have to read them before we go over it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more clear now later. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. That's it? Okay, well, then we're going to do a dedication prayer. In this land, surrounded by a mountain of snow, you are the source of all loss and joy. All powerful, generous, and Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. To bring blessing of enlightened activities to Persian disciple, and to spread the textual and inner realizations teaching of the Buddha, to embody the 10 powers, you show the light of logic in teaching to intelligent minds. For I pray to you, our spiritual guide, develop the path. May the precious Supreme Bodhicitta arise in those in whom it has not yet arisen, and where it has arisen, may not decrease, but ever increase more and more. I dedicate this virtue as a cause for gaining the true understanding of the soul's medicine that dispels all illness of grasping and extreme, the profound meaning of dependent origination that is free of extremes, and the view of the Supreme Arya Nagarjuna and his spiritual successor. By this virtue, may all beings perfect the accumulation of merit and wisdom and achieve the two holy bodies that arise in merit and wisdom. Okay, thank you and have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Geshe.
Thank you.
Good night, Geshe.
Good night.
Great. Thank